Good evening, Stevens Point. I'm McKenna Rentmeester.
What's up? I'm Alex Strouf.
This week at SPTV News, we talk about the Wisconsin Supreme Court election results, the local band Horace Greene is performing at Stevens Point, and the Cupboard's Food for Fines event is ending soon.
All of this and a whole lot more when we return.
A stabbing injured 4 people on Wednesday, April 3rd, after the alleged attacker, 22-year-old G. Bailey Rivera, found out that his girlfriend was sleeping with someone else. According to the report, Rivera saw his 21-year-old girlfriend in bed with her 23-year-old friend. Rivera got hold of a family member, Robert D. Noggles, and told him to come to the apartment where he and the girlfriend were. Rivera took a kitchen knife and confronted the 23-year-old man when Noggles arrived. The man had a pocket knife and used it to stab both Rivera and Noggles. The girlfriend attempted to interfere and was injured. The 3 men were taken to the hospital where they were later treated and released. The girlfriend refused medical attention. The 23-year-old man was considered the victim in the case. Police have requested Rivera be charged with counts of battery and disorderly conduct, and Noggles be charged with a count of battery.
Volunteering takes UWSP by storm. Case sponsors Be the Change to give back to the community. McKenna Rentmeester has more.
CASE is sponsoring a campus-wide day of volunteering. In 10 locations around Stevens Point, volunteers are able to give back.
Yeah, so oftentimes we try to align it with Earth Day just to give back to the earth, on that day. We also give back to people, just kind of have that connection of just giving what is given to us. And Be the Change to me is basically in its name. In order to propel change forward or want something to go in a different direction, we have to contribute to that change.
CASE encourages everyone to sign up and respond through their spin page. The volunteer opportunity is open to students, staff, and the public.
For sure, it'll bring that aid of service to the campus community, and also relying on the concept of you do something kind for someone else and then kind of keep that chain going. And on this campus, there are plenty of volunteer opportunities, so that's why I love this campus so much. It just kind of adds to that environment and also connects the campus community with the community that we live in.
Be the Change offers volunteers more options and will take place on April 14th.
Oftentimes, I feel like there's maybe a little stigma about volunteering. People think, oh, I don't have enough time to do it, or oh, I want to, but I don't really have any friends to go with. Well, when you volunteer, you make plenty of friends because everyone's so open and welcome and so open with their communication. Kind of feels like home when you volunteer, which is why I like this position so much. Whenever I have like Sundays with seniors, join the club, or Sustainable Saturdays, everyone's extremely nice to each other and just has that giving and gracious heart. So it makes it a much comfortable environment.
This has been McKenna Rentmeester, SPTV News.
If you want more information, stop by the case desk in the basement of the DUC or contact the volunteer and events coordinator, Kira Johnson.
A Wisconsin couple is searching for a miracle for their 5-month-old son. Doctors say the infant will not live long unless he gets a partial liver transplant. Terry Sater from CNN reports.
This is 5-month-old Marcus Elbers of Waukesha, and he needs someone to donate part of their liver to stay alive. Whitney is his mom.
We were told that Marcus has weeks to live, and that was a week and a half ago. So it's pretty dire.
Neither mom, dad Tony, or any family qualifies as a donor. So Marcus needs part of a stranger's liver given from the heart.
We had backups apparently, but I guess they all fell through too, so it just was shocking today. But today was a bad day,
It was a kick to the gut.
Marcus suffers from a rare disease called immunodeficiency 47 that's already destroyed his liver.
Extremely rare. There are only, from what we were told, 12 cases in the world.
And Marcus' 2-year-old brother suffers from the same disease and one day will also need a transplant.
We found out about the genetic disorder while we were pregnant with Marcus.
Mom, who's an RN at Freighted, explains the potential donor's profile.
Either O positive or O negative, under 150 pounds and under the age of 40.
Yeah, and good health.
And good
too.
health, you know, not smoking, not a heavy drinker.
Not recently pregnant.
Not
like you
recently
said.
pregnant.
Mom and Dad say Marcus has already fought through other challenges. Now hope lies in the kindness of a stranger.
We're pretty
It's hard.
positive people, you know, and like I said, he's been our miracle child the whole way through.
He's fighting, so we have to fight.
Family members say they hope someone who hears about Marcus comes forward to be a donor.
This coming week, the RISE program here on campus is holding an auction for artwork made completely out of recycled materials. As part of its celebration of the planet, RISE, Reformation and Improvement of Society and Environment, are hosting an event called Refined Earth. It takes place on April 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Laird Room of the DUC. All of the pieces that are up for auction are from local artists and made from recycled materials, which will be listed next to each piece, which is on display. Each artist will receive 70% of the money made from the sale, while the rest of the proceeds will go toward the Flint Water Fund, an organization supporting the citizens of Flint, Michigan during their water crisis. RISE encourages everyone to be conscious of their environmental impact while attending Refined Earth. For more information, check out RISE's spin page.
Starting April 1st and continuing until April 5th, university students who donate multiple non-perishables to the cupboard, such as canned goods and toiletries, will have any late fees from the library cleared from their account. UWSP is calling the event Food for Fines. Lost items do not apply to this event. Students must replace or return lost books or pay for the lost fee for the item. The cupboard is located in the basement of the DUC and is a food pantry, providing emergency and supplemental food for the students in need to help them achieve success.
Next week, the UW-Stevens Point Gender Sexuality Alliance will be celebrating Pride Week with multiple events hosted throughout the week. On Tuesday, April 9th, they will hold their annual community dinner from 6 to 8 p.m. at Beloved Community Church. On Wednesday, April 10th, GSA and the Women's Resource Center will give a talk titled Airing Out the Dirty Laundry, sharing women's collective stories of strength, unity, and resistance of oppression and exclusion. The talk will take place from 7 to 9 p.m. in the DUC Encore Room. On Thursday, April 11th, the GSA will host their annual Pride Prom from 7 to 9 p.m. in the DUC Alumni Room. If you would like to know more about any of these events, you can contact GSA through their spin page or visit them on campus in the DUC Room 206. All the events are free and open for all to attend.
SPTV has officially begun accepting applications for the 2019-2020 executive staff. Positions and their descriptions are available on Quest. Every position will be open for the next academic year, and new individuals are encouraged to apply. There are opportunities to learn on the job, such as camera operating, Adobe programs, and personal interactions, such as interviews with members of the community and connections for future jobs in broadcasting, leadership, and film. Our SPTV executive staff positions are also paid positions. If you are interested and would like an application, email SPTV or come and stop by our offices on the first floor of the CAC. Applications and resumes are due by Wednesday, April 17th at 6 p.m. If you're looking to get involved and check out the behind the scenes, the SPTV offices are open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Friday.
That's all the news stories we have for you tonight.
Coming up next, we have Michael Wengrzyn with Sport, SPTV Sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong, we are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
Very welcoming place. Even if you don't know what support you need, just coming down, we can look at individual schedules and talk about all the different options that are available.
think that the TLC can definitely help students even for the slightest little bit. The writing lab, especially because you're going to have to write papers for any of the classes, they're able to proofread those and give you feedback on those.
The writing lab has been around since 1973, and it's the second oldest writing lab in the United States, which is kind of cool.
I was surprised by everything that I learned about TLC because I didn't realize there were so many resources for students.
To see more students down here. I mean, it's great that we have 35% of the student population utilizing us, but that means that we have 65% that didn't utilize us, and I know we have support services that could benefit just about everybody.
It means to me that I'm able to add another link between the TLC and the students. I know that as a big organization, it's kind of hard to get word out to the students, especially because they're not going out and meeting with the students or being part of their classes or anything like that. So having that extra link probably helps them out a lot.
And when you come down, there's free coffee, tea, and hot cocoa, so make themselves at home and learn a little bit about how they can be supported.
Welcome back. The Pointers men's baseball team lost both games of their doubleheader Wednesday against the College of St. Scholastica. The Pointers lost game 1 17-8, but were led offensively by Will Islandke, who batted in 4 of the 8 runs. Game 2, however, was very similar to the first game, with the Pointers losing 17-10. Bradley Comer and Will Islandke led the Pointers offensively with 2 RBIs each. The Pointers baseball program currently stands at 500 after playing a home doubleheader yesterday against St. Scholastica. SPTV Sports has more on their season so far.
The Pointers baseball program has some new faces this season, but returning players bring experience and great attitude to the rest of the roster.
They got a lot of quality at-bats and meaningful at-bats last year as freshmen or sophomores, and now they're growing into themselves and understanding what the expectations are, and I think it's really showing in our offensive numbers, and it's one of those things where we just need our pitchers to kind of step up in those situations and get outs in spots.
Though the Pointers have had great production from pitchers on the mound and hitters at the plate, there have been some recent struggles at this point in the season.
We've been allowing too many free base runners as a pitching staff, and then we're not getting those clutch hits in certain spots as well. We're threatening, we're getting guys on, getting them over, and we're just not breaking through, offensively. And defensively, we're playing pretty solid defense for the most part behind our pitchers. But defensively, on the mound, our pitchers got to do a better job of competing in the strike zone and challenging hitters a little bit more and making them earn their way on base.
In years past, weather cooperation has been a challenge, but having started this season on the field in late March is a huge benefit for Coach Jerschley and his players.
It's going to help us out here down the road where we're able to maximize our opportunities out on the field and just get good quality work in earlier in the year like this. And, at the same time, it's going to be cold. We understand that. But, to be able to play in the warm weather at the end of the year, conference tournament, regional, all that, you got to win in the cold.
After a third-place finish in the WIAC last year, Jerschley is hoping for his program to go further in the conference and make a run at the postseason.
We're definitely looking to improve upon that and hopefully get to a regional and win the conference and then have a chance to compete there in the end, and obviously the ultimate goal of getting to the World Series.
With just under 20 games played so far, the Pointers season is in full swing. This is Michael Wengrzyn reporting for SPTV Sports.
The Pointers head to UW-Oshkosh next Wednesday for a doubleheader before returning home next weekend. Moving on now, the Pointers softball team dropped the first game of their home doubleheader against UW-Whitewater, 12-2. Lauren Ludke led the Pointers offensively with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. They are currently in the second game of their doubleheader today, and they will be back in action this weekend at home in a doubleheader against UW-Eau Claire. The Milwaukee Brewers defeated the Cincinnati Reds 1-0 Wednesday afternoon to complete a 3-game series sweep of the Reds. Starting pitcher Freddie Peralta threw 100 pitches over 8 scoreless innings to get the win for the Brewers, while catcher Manny Pena drove in the only run of the game in the second inning. The Brewers have now won 6 of their first 7 games of the season. The Brewers look to continue their hot start to the season this weekend in a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs at Miller Park. The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Brooklyn Nets 131-121 Monday night. Eric Bledsoe led the Bucks in scoring with 29 points. In his return from an ankle injury, Giannis finished with 28 points and 11 rebounds. With only 4 games left in the regular season, the Bucks still hold a comfortable lead over the Toronto Raptors for the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Bucks will be back in action tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. That's all the sports stories we have for you today. Up next is Ian Welsh with entertainment. I'm Michael Wengrzyn with SPTV Sports.
Tobacco use is the largest preventable cause of death
and disease in the United States.
Cigarette smoke kills more than
480,000 Americans
each year.
41,000 of these deaths
are from exposure
to secondhand smoke.
Smoking harms nearly
every organ in the body.
Every day,
more than
3,800 kids
under the age of 18
smoke their first cigarette. More than 16 million Americans
live with a smoking-related disease.
On average,
smokers die 10 years younger
than non-smokers.
Smoking causes
cancer,
heart disease,
strokes, lung diseases,
diabetes,
and chronic bronchitis.
Do you litter?
Of course not. Why would I?
I don't know. That's a great question. Why would someone litter?
They're lazy and inconsiderate of the environment.
Don't be lazy and inconsiderate of the environment, folks. You heard it here from Wyatt.
Woo!
Yes! What do you think about littering?
Bad.
Bad. It's terrible, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah. What would you say to someone who litters?
Please do not litter. Throw it in the trash can.
This is a wise person I am talking to right now. She knows all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so I believe that we should all do our part and keep our environment clean because we've only got one Earth and we're not gonna do any good to it by repeatedly destroying it. So,
yes. Do you litter? No. Why's that? Because I want to save our planet and because I live here. And who doesn't want to save that? It is the opposite of beautiful. It is an ugly thing to litter.
That's true, it is.
It's true. So if someone was in front of you and they littered, what would you do?
Well, I'd probably pick it up, to be honest. I probably wouldn't confront them. I'm not very confrontational, but I'd definitely pick it up.
But you would do the right thing and you would pick it up.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because the earth is important.
Oh, 100%.
So don't litter, dudes.
Littering is not cool.
Thank you, Curtis.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Welcome back, Pointers. The grandfather of the beloved Manitowoc Minute character has passed away. On Friday morning, Charlie Behrens took to his Facebook page to share that his grandpa Bob had passed away at the age of 83. Barron said his grandpa was surrounded by family in his hometown of Fond du Lac when he passed. Barron cited his grandpa as one of the main inspirations for the Manitowoc Minute character, saying he picked up many Wisconsin expressions from Grandpa Bob, and that his grandpa taught him that life doesn't need to be so serious. Barron's has a live show scheduled in Fond du Lac on April 6th, and he will pay tribute to his grandpa at that performance. On April 6th, the video game enthusiast is sponsoring a Smash Ultimate event where participants have the opportunity to compete against one another and win prizes. SPTV's Wan Chen Li has more.
VGE Club is open to public and all UWSP students. I sat down to talk with Dylan and Kit about this club.
VGE is a video game enthusiast, a club where people can come and they can play games with their friends, make new friends, and just get together, hang out for 2 days of the week and have fun.
Dylan introduced the main purpose of this club.
So the main purpose of VGE is just to make new friends and play video games and have a safe place for anyone to come and enjoy themselves.
Students can reap friendship and happiness from this community.
People who play video games typically aren't as socially inclined, so you can gain some pretty basic social skills that some like sheltered students might not have, as well as just making new friends and having a place to, where you can go.
Kit introduced the future events that hosting by VGE Club.
This Saturday on April 6th, we are hosting Ultimate Showdown. It is primarily a Smash-focused event that is Super Smash Brothers. It's a pretty commonly played game among people who play video games, and it's pretty open. Lots of people can come and hang out. It's going to be running starting around 2 p.m. Is when you can enter for the events. There's also going to be a raffle and food provided.
For SPTV News, this is Wengrzyn.
The Video Game Enthusiasts of UWSP is an organization that provides a friendly, competitive, and casual gameplay environment for people who are interested in video games of any kind. VGE hosts events annually for various games. If you would like more information, you can contact them on Spin, Facebook, and Instagram at VGE of UWSP. Local band Horace Greene is coming to UWSP. Based out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, the band first began in 2015, recording in the lead singer's childhood home. The band's first album, Early American Ice Cream, was released in 2017, and their second full-length album, The Diamond Engine, was released in June of 2018. The band's sound is described as a middle ground between 60s soul and the expressive energy of blues and alternative music. The band will be performing with guest Handsome Ed on Friday, April 5th at 9 p.m. The concert will take place in the DUC Encore Room and is free with a student ID or $5 without. And that's all the entertainment stories we have for you this week. Coming up next is Erica Baker with Pointer Politics. I'm Ian Welsh with SPTV Entertainment.
Warzala, the 7th largest book printer in North America, is hiring students for the semester. We are 100% employee-owned and located right here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. All shifts currently hiring, with jobs starting at $10.80 an hour. Hours are flexible. For more information, contact the Wengrzyn HR department.
Quiet on set. We'll be back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take Ben.
Live at SPTV, mic check, audio check, news directors adjusting the sound, teleprompter running smoothly. Floor director, alert! Cameras are rolling, bring in the talent. Where's the makeup artist? Anchors ready for the news. Are you ready to join SPTV? That's a wrap. Lights out.
Welcome back to Pointer Politics. On April 2nd, voting was held for a Wisconsin Supreme Court seat. Brian Hagedorn edged out Lisa Neubauer with 50.25% of the votes to Neubauer's 49.75%, a difference of about 6,000 votes. This is within the margin of a recount under Wisconsin state law, and Neubauer's campaign manager, Tyler Hendricks, said they would go for a recount in a statement on Tuesday. Hendricks also wanted to make sure the election was fair, stating, "We are going to make sure every vote is counted. Wisconsinites deserve to know we had a fair election and that every vote is counted." The date for a recount is currently unannounced. If Hagedorn were to formally win the seat, the Supreme Court would be conservatively controlled with a 5-2 majority. Conservatives have held the Wisconsin Supreme Court since 2008. President Trump is pulling plans to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act until after the 2020 presidential election. The decision came after urging of the Republican lawmakers, as CNN's Caitlin Collins reports. Healthcare will likely be a huge issue on the campaign trail for both parties.
President Trump on the retreat.
No, I wanted to delay it myself. I want to put it after the election.
After promising for days that Republicans would replace the Affordable Care Act with something better.
So we're going to get rid of Obamacare.
The president put that promise in fine print, tweeting that Republicans will now wait until after next year's presidential election, 19 months away, when Trump claims Republicans hold the Senate and win back the House.
Obamacare has been such a catastrophe.
Trump seemed to be heeding warnings from Republican lawmakers who were sent scrambling last week after the Justice Department threw its weight behind a lawsuit that would invalidate Obamacare, despite having no GOP backup.
We'll vote in the best health care package we've ever had.
Sources tell CNN Republicans spent the last several days talking Trump down. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy called him directly to say this was not a fight the GOP wanted. A source adding McConnell advised Trump to focus on attacking Democrats for their Medicare for All idea and wait for the election before attempting any legislative efforts, a strategy laid bare on the president's Twitter feed. White House aides attempted to explain the president's deferral today.
Was there actually a plan, or was the president
We've been working on a plan, but does he have a plan to replace it? We have to have better
coverage. He is working on those pieces with members of Congress. They want to have something in place, but again, he was talking about a vote on it, and that most likely would not come until after.
Trump's latest move guarantees that health care will dominate the upcoming presidential election. And Democrats, who won back the House last fall in part because of the issue, say they're more than happy to have this fight.
And now what is he saying today? It's like Nixon's secret plan. Nixon had a secret plan in the war in Vietnam. This is his secret plan. They're not going to pass it until after the 2020 election.
Multiple White House officials say President Trump may not release a health care proposal before the election. That's all we have for you this week in Pointer Politics. I'm Erica Baker. Now back to McKenna and Alex.
Thanks, EB. That's all we have for you this week in SPTV News.
Until next time, Stevens Point, have a great night.